Another day, another update on Chelsea news here on Football Therapy. Hey, what's poppin', people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you lot are all doing well today. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea news, my friends. How have you all been? Have you missed me? Because I've missed you terribly. Today we're talking about 3 stories as per usual, 2 transfer updates, interestingly, and also a child prodigy forward, only 16 years old, that could feature this weekend. That is very, very exciting indeed. Get yourselves comfortable, strap yourselves in, consider subscribing of course if you want daily updates with Chelsea Football Club. In that case, you should have the bell notifications icon turned on because the majority of people don't. Consider dropping a like if you want to show your support, and let me tell you that Chelsea news is brought to you by OneFootball, of course. OneFootball is the only companion app you'll ever need regarding football information / alerts. I use it daily to give me updates on Chelsea Football Club or indeed any other matches going on around world football, scores, updates, fixtures, lineups, statistics, transfer news, for everything you'd ever want. It's completely free. OneFootball. You can have this app simply by clicking the link in the top of the description and having a free application. Go do that, enjoy yourselves as we move on into today's video. Right, before I give you the transfer updates that are rather interesting, let's talk about Jude Soonsup-Bell. That's right, the young academy prodigy could be featuring in the FA Cup this weekend. He's been training with the first team and he's been seriously impressive at youth level of late. Jude is only 16 years old but turned 17 interestingly on Sunday when Chelsea play Morecambe in their FA Cup tie. The fact how he's been training a lot with the first team and the fact how it's a 4th division opposition does imply that we could see the youngster come up against this team. Other academy products have been training, like Tino Livramento, who's a massive one that's been exciting people. But I'm particularly interested in Jude because he is only 16, obviously turning 17 on Sunday. He's a goal machine. This youngster finishes with immense quality, and although I've watched him a little bit at youth level, I'd be really interested to see him coming up against a senior team. At such a young age, it's completely crazy in many ways, but if Frank Lampard fields a relatively mixed team with a little bit more experience, then it could work. Who knows, even just an appearance off the bench would be massive for the youngster. But hey, if there's any football manager / coaching staff that would be inclined to do this, it would of course be Frank Lampard, Jody Morris and Joe Edwards. And it could be just the ticket. After recent sort of, I don't know, depressing instances with Chelsea Football Club, poor results, and the manager not perhaps inspiring a lot of the fan base lately, perhaps showing what he's really good at the moment, bringing in youngsters, bringing in fresh talent from the academy, exciting the fan base. This could be just the tonic. Of course, Lampard needs to improve in many other facets of his coaching, which he may do, by the way. There's several reports coming out that he's being backed by the board completely, so that's nice to hear. And a bit of a change from Chelsea Football Club, if you ask me. But let's focus what's in front of us. A lovely FA Cup tie with the ability to do some heavy rotation and see some fresh young talent on the weekend. So fingers crossed we see a couple of youngsters start, and who knows, maybe Jude will even bang a goal. Alright then, let's move on into the next story of this video. And that is regarding FIKAYO Tomori. Reports were indicating that he was almost set to go out on loan this January due to being 5th choice centre-half and also wanting to probably have a little bit more first team football. Something I've reported on yesterday, but apparently a recent injury to Andreas Christensen has changed the minds of Chelsea Football Club. This report is coming from the absolute dismal rag The Sun, which I was reluctant to include in Chelsea news, but hey, I'm trying to be unbiased and just look at all the headlines, whether it's tabloid or broadsheet, and The Sun is reporting on this U-turn. FIKAYO Tomori to stay at Chelsea this January transfer window to offer Frank Lampard additional support as centre-half. He would become one of the rotational centre-backs if indeed this injury to Andreas Christensen is serious. Now, we all wish Christensen a safe and quick recovery, but when it comes to rotating him in the team with FIKAYO Tomori, I'd be personally quite happy to see that, because Andreas Christensen for me has been the most disappointing centre-back for Chelsea this season. I've been pleasantly surprised with Antonio Rudiger playing alright defensively, but actually showing some really good distribution with long cross-field diagonal balls. it would be good to get FIKAYO Tomori back in there. A lot of Chelsea fans want to see him. He had some excellent defensive performances last season, and he's maybe the fastest player at the club, probably faster than Timo Werner, maybe? Anyway, it would be really good if he somehow muscles himself back in, gets some rotational minutes. Who knows if Thiago Silva, being 36, is tired, FIKAYO Tomori can come in and rekindle that immense relationship between him and Kurt Zouma. I always reference it, but that clean sheet they kept away at Ajax was a really good defensive masterclass from those two. So I'd be keen to see him coming in. A lot of Chelsea fans would, and I guess we'll have to see what happens. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated on the FIKAYO Tomori story. Wow, that rhymed. So keep it locked here to Football Therapy. Make sure you're subbed. And the bell is on. It is important as we move on to our third and final story of today's video. And that is the forgotten man, Danny Drinkwater, reportedly going out to Turkey. Oh my word, this is a shocker. I only just reported on this, I think yesterday, the Danny Drinkwater situation, and I said, look man, there's surely no way we can get Danny Drinkwater out the door. It's going to have to be a rundown his contract thing, or potentially a 6 months loan to the Championship. But to get to a Superliga club in the Turkish league, that's relatively impressive. He's 30 years old, Danny Drinkwater, so he's not the oldest player in the world, is he? I just thought with all his recent, I don't know, controversial loan spells around this couple of clubs in England, I thought no one wanted to touch him. But at the end of the day, he's a 30-year-old midfielder that trains with Chelsea Football Club, or had been training with Chelsea Football Club. He's won the Premier League, and then if people have got the opportunity to try and get something out of him in a different, weaker league, then I guess kind of it makes sense. So let me read you an extract from this news website and give you some context of what's going on. According to beinSPORTS Turkey, Kasimpasa, if that's how you say it, have reached an agreement with Chelsea to bring outcast Danny Drinkwater on loan until the end of the season. Of course, his contract is up at the end of the season, so this is very much a case of just getting his wages off the books. It's reported that Drinkwater is set to travel to the home of Istanbul's 4th Super League side after Galatasaray, Fenerbahce and Besiktas to sign a contract. So that's interesting. It's like a relatively big side in the Turkish Super League. After those three big sides, those three big Turkish sides, they're big in world football. So to be the 4th after that, that's pretty good, right? Go Danny Drinkwater! Go, I said go, leave. Now I feel bad, man. It's a sad story in many ways, Danny Drinkwater at Chelsea. He probably came to Chelsea, he was like, right, I've got the move. I got the move, basically. Mahrez got the move to City, Kante got the move to Chelsea after our big title win. I had to hang around for one more season, but I was still one of that starting 11, one of the highly praised players after that Premier League win. He said, right, I got to move to Chelsea, £35 million, it cost a lot of money. And then, he scores that wonder goal and just sort of fizzles out into obscurity and has controversial fights and drunken moments. You just think, what happened, man? Now, I'm not going to pretend that he was always or going to be Chelsea quality, but I don't know, maybe he could have done a job. He did win the Premier League playing transitional football, and he was integral to that title win. Conte often played in sort of counter-attacking football, especially with the 3-5-2 in the second season when we bought Danny Drinkwater. I don't know, it's a weird situation. If you said to me now, where would Chelsea be if Danny Drinkwater was still playing in the midfield? Probably know where we should be. He just doesn't have the quality. But it's a peculiar situation. I do wish him all the best out in the Turkish Super League, and Chelsea need to evolve. Certainly our midfield candidates right now are a lot stronger, and saying that, we still have midfield problems. I might do a video soon talking about Billy Gilmour, how he could potentially revitalise the Chelsea midfield. I'd be really keen to see that. Maybe he starts this weekend and stakes a claim for more first team minutes in the Premier League. Who knows? But I'd be really interested to hear what you have to say about these stories. Drinkwater, maybe not so much, but FIKAYO Tomori and Jude Soonsup-Bell, in fact any of the youngsters. So get down into the comment section below, express your thoughts, feelings and emotions and all these stories I've spoken of today. I'll be down there reading them. Consider subscribing if you are new. If you've enjoyed the content, please do drop a like. It does help me out a lot. Other than that, enjoy the football, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, bitch.